what's up guys? I'm Đức Dũng and now I'll be the first to tell you about moving out of my home when I was 18. To be honest, at that time, I could not wait to move out of my parents' house. I just feel like I was restricted and I don't want to live by another rule. I like to be independent, live my life and explore the real world outside. You know what I was thinking at that point? I think that I was under many limitations and pressure. I was already grown, and why am I still living with my mom and my dad? I made a plan for myself, for what I'm going to do and how I will deal with the struggles. So let's begin with my own story. You know, in Vietnam, every senior at high school has to take a final exam and after that move to the university, college or leaving home for work. At that time when I was nearly 18, I applied for a university in Hanoi and I passed. And that's the university I'm studying in, FPT University. After graduation and receiving the result, I immediately made my plan come true. I want to move out onto the new world on my own. And I want to enjoy the feeling of being independent. But it was like what I expected. You know, a boy lived closely to his parents for over 17 years. And he decided to leave home alone when he was 18. What challenges will he face and how will he deal with it? My parents are really wonderful. They always care about the children, from the health, or living and eating or etc. And they always believe in my decisions as well. I clearly remember what my parents told me when I was about to set foot on a long distance passenger car. They say that we just take you here, time to study and take care of yourself. At that moment, I seemed to get some great power, really great power. I want to study well. I want to earn a lot of money and I want to be the boss. And sometimes life isn't what we want it to be. So coming back to my story, when I arrived at the university, I encountered many difficulties. All the plans I set out could not come true. And I have to face the fact that I barely knew anyone. Everything was strange and I had no one around to help. I remember when I arrived there was around 6 p.m. and I had not found a place to rest. And when I was walking on the street and answering the phone call, suddenly two men on a motorbike approached me and intended to rob my phone. They came in front of me and the distance between us was only about 1 meter. Immediately, a man reached out his hand and tried to steal my phone. But fortunately, there was a woman nearby who shouted, ran up to me and chased the two men away. I was shocked, really shocked. And I did not understand what had just happened to me. It took for a while for me to calm down. The one took me into a house and tried to keep me calm. Not long after that, a high school friend called me to say if I went to the same university as him does, because he seemed to see me walking on the street, but he wasn't sure. Then we met and also find a temporary place to live. And I started to feel that this wasn't the real world that I used to think about. I also started to worry about my upcoming time. After that, I looked for a place to live. My friends looked for a part-time job and everything went by very quickly. Now I have to learn to live independently for 3 years. And I realized that because of those hardships that I went through, that I became as strong as I am today. And I want to call this period is stability. There is a quote that I really like that is no pain, no gain. It means that if you want to gain something successfully, you need to have the pain. And also from this period, I have to make decisions that I never thought I had to make. And I had to learn a lot of things that I never thought I had to learn. I had to learn how to save money with low income. I had to learn how to manage my money. I had to learn how to take care of myself. And I had to learn how to think for myself. Guys, there are so many life lessons that I got from moving out of my parents, and I just want to share with you, especially if you are considering moving out. So the first lesson that I had to learn is controlling my own finances. When you come into a new environment and away from your parents, you must know how to spend and use money sensibly. The expenses such as food, grocery, house rent, school fees, and etc. It means that you should earn money by yourself. And finding a part-time job to have the income as well as having more working experience. You know, the standard of living in the country is completely different. It's completely different from living in the countryside. And people who come from poor areas like me need to try harder. If you are a student of English language, let's find a part-time job related to your field of studies such as interpreting, translating, or tutoring outside of school time. Or if you are a student of graphic design, look for jobs related to design such as creating the banner for coffee shops or restaurants. And once you learn how to control the finances, make a list of your monthly expenses to make it easier to manage your money. So the second lesson, that you should be careful with strangers. When I was a freshman, while looking for a job on social networks, suddenly a strange man texting me and introducing his work as well as inviting me to join his working system. Just spending a small amount of money to start a business, and then I can have a huge income in a short period of time. At that moment, I believed and transferred the money to him without thinking much. But in the end, what I got was just some useless training sessions as well as a few poor quality products. It is also an experience in making decisions. Do not be hasty while doing anything. Think carefully and make the best choice for yourself. And when it comes to making decisions, the biggest lesson that I had to learn the hard way is you are accountable for any and everything that you do, even things that you choose not to do. I say I learned this the hard way because I had several experiences between the age of 18 and 19. And the key to describe this is priorities. You have to prioritize what's the most important to you at that point. As you start to live independently, you will have to take care of more things that it is very necessary that you prioritize the important things. When I started as a freshman for 3 months, I found myself a job. At that time, I was studying, making money, and spending time at the club. And it meant that I had to do 3 works at the same time. But my biggest obstacle that I don't know which one I should prioritize. I need money to take care of myself. I need to go to the college to get knowledge and good grades. But I also need to join clubs to improve those missing skills. And you know what? I had put it in order, that is working, joining club, and studying. I can't understand why I would make such a decision. You can see I put learning at the bottom of this list. And when it all happened, I realized that I had made the wrong decisions. Since I was so focused on making money, I almost forgot about schoolwork, which resulted in most of my subject scores being below average. And I will have to deal with how to improve my grades and how to balance schoolwork and the job. I had to spend more time a day than before. I had to get up at 6 a.m. to work, then take extra classes, and come back to my room at 9 p.m. Again and again, within 3 months for me to balance everything. I had to spend at least 6 hours a day relearning the basic knowledge, and I study almost anywhere. I can take advantage of my study time at work. I can study on my break at noon, and I can study at night. Yesterday, I only spent 4 hours sleeping, And just like that, within 3 months, my grades improved. You know, at the university, we have GPA. It is a standard way of measuring academic achievement when we're finishing a course. And you cannot believe that I got 8.2 when I finished the semester. And the biggest lesson is to be accountable for any decisions you make and what you choose. When everything goes badly, you need to face it, try much harder and harder. The third lesson, you must know how to control yourself before temptation. Many students entering the university environment have changed in a negative way. I say it again, in a negative way. There's a lot of people who spend most of their time in the room just playing video games. They can spend 10 to 12 hours a day doing it. Or there are many students who fall into evil paths, such as smoking, using dangerous drugs, and spending time in discos. It is also this reason that many students become depraved and lose control of themselves. The university environment is very wonderful for personal development, such as joining those clubs or organizing events on campus, or simply improving knowledge and finding a job that is suitable for your field of study. And finally, always keep in touch with the parents and your relatives. When you leave your parents, they'll be very worried about their children. They always think about what you are doing right now, have you missed a meal or not, and when will you come home, and etc. So take your time to call or text your parents at least 3 times a week. Today, thanks to the development of technology, social networks, it is very easy to stay in touch with family and your relatives. Independence is great, but are you able to deal with the price of independence? You will be able to move out in no time. Be strong, be brave, and be yourself. Thank you so much for watching this video. My name is Đức Dũng, and this video is about leaving home at 18. And if you like this, please hit the like button and comment below this one. See ya!